"3 years ago, Delilah was laying her plans. The Duke's people gathered at the home of a mine baron named Aramis Stilton to commit some horror in her name. I need to know how they made her immortal. But where was I 3 years ago? Letting Emily daydream through council meetings, teaching her fencing and back-alley fighting. I always expected an enemy we could put down with a sword. Soldiers, spies, assassins. Instead, we got something else. Beyond the pale, beyond the natural world. Instead, we got hit by someone like me."
My mind is finally clearing. Now I can return to my work here, helping those who need it the most. What can I say about what you've done for me? Saved me from madness and, worse, from giving in to a life of sadistic brutality. How could I ever repay you for that? Given who you are and what you're in Karnaca to do, I can only say good luck. The city, the country, the empire, everyone is counting on you. I'll send something special for you, by way of courier. I hope it helps.
What am I worrying about? Megan can take care of herself. Megan is out in the city, but I'll explain.
I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker kept secure by a fancy lock made by Jindosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first, through a ruin created by the Duke, where I used to live.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Paolo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
So that gives me at least one way into Aramis Stilton's house.
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Coming back here, seeing it changed, run into the ground. Some people have reached beyond others. No more witches in Karnaca. I knew plenty of people like Paolo growing up. Maybe not as crafty. Vice Overseer Byrne. I dread each interaction with the Abbey. If I put people to work down in a mine, I'd want to live in a fortified bunker too. The old Bethesda neighborhoods, full of mining families, called the Dust District now.
So the Royal Protector is headed into the Dust District. Corvo says he hasn't been back in a long time. And I can't blame him for that. According to Sokolov, he'll be trying to get into Aramis Stilton's house. Not easy. I've tried. Stilton was a friend. Even as a mine owner, he was a good man who came up from working people and never forgot it. I went looking for him the night he disappeared. But the house was swarming with the Grand Guard. I showed them what I was worth, but it cost me. I'll live to see that score settled.
What's that? Ready now?
Let's go.
We'll take Megan's skiff closer.
I didn't know Aramis Stilton. Who was he?
Loyal to the old Duke. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Worked his way up from nothing to a fortified mansion. But the new Duke spends money so fast, the mine crews work all day and all night. The district's in ruins. The dust drives out anyone except the most desperate.
The Duke of Serkonos has made a mess of things. His father was a good man.
True, but the new Duke's misery has only been possible with Dunwall's support. In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District. Maybe Stilton's still in there, or maybe he's dead. Find Megan once you reach the Dust District. She'll tell you more. I'll wait here with this skiff and take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish. The mines could have been run slower for another generation. Only the Duke's greed caused all the ruin here. Has life been better here under Dunwall's influence? Or are the people worse off for it? Without the Empire, would they have thrown down the Duke? The people here have never seen the banquet table at the Duke's palace, or the one at Dunwall Tower.
Squads patrol through the Dust District anymore.
Orders from the Duke.
I'm hungry.
We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers use, then stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds. One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer grenade, and that was it. She was one of the Duke's distant cousins or something.
Shit. Let's hope they do enough damage to each other so the fight goes out of them.
That won't happen until someone manages to kill either Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne. And I don't see you or me beating a path to the Crone's Hand or up to the temporary stronghold the Abbey's got set up.
I get stuck out here. Tired of cleaning silver dust out of my ears. Grand Palace. That's an assignment. All apples and slippers. Dust storm coming. They pushed the miners here too far. I should do something to help them.
The Overseers won't just leave the district, and the Howlers can't. Paolo has a price on Byrne's head, and the Vice Overseer effectively wants the same thing. Hello, Lord Protector. Stilton's home is just beyond here, but getting inside will take some effort. I've been doing reconnaissance, talking to people. The Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you'd worked out a plan.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them and bring him to the other.
Got anything else?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that. When the Duke falls, one of these groups could own Karnaca. Better get to know them now. The entrance to Stilton's home is below. That's where I got jumped by the Duke's men a few years back when Stilton went missing. I killed 3 of them and got away with my life. If Stilton is still alive, go easy on him. He wasn't born an aristocrat. If you've got reservations about going after Paolo or Byrne, the Howlers might be holding the secret to the Jindosh lock. A kind of riddle that otherwise I doubt you'll be able to solve. Open that lock, and you can just walk right through Stilton's front door. This part of the city used to be nice, but digging out the silver too fast has ruined it. Some people get to eat the fancy dishes without ever seeing the animal get its belly slit open. The two sides are struggling over the hearts of the underclass in Karnaca. Vice Overseer Byrne offers them the solace of tradition and structure. The Howlers claim to fight for the people against the powerful. You'll have to decide who's right. The Howlers and the Overseers are breaking bones and cutting out tongues for half a block of territory. Like I said, if you don't want to mess with the Overseers or the Howlers, just walk up to Stilton's front door and try your hand at the Jindosh lock. Maybe you're smarter than the thousands who've tried to open it.
This is the Duke of Sarkana. Been told that people are complaining about dust from the mines falling on the city. Yes, war is expensive. You may not be aware that our silver mines are operating past full capacity in order to fund our conflict against the Northern Isles. That's not dust. It's the blood of our enemies.
Rest easy, Theodanis. You were a good man.
Jemmy's sister says you can beat any lock in the city. I'm not sure why Stilton's house needed to be shut up tight like this, but what do you think? Can you crack it?
Give me a minute.
Durante knows how to get in here. Paolo had him feeding old Stilton or watching him. I was gonna pay him off for the secret, but Durante got beat down by the overseers and taken away.
I don't even understand what this is. I don't see any seams.
Jimmy's sister says it's a gimmick, like he weren't a real locksmith who made it.
No, this was built by Kieran Jindosh. Scary smart. He's the one who made the clockwork soldiers for the Duke.
So can you open it? Or maybe just solve it?
No, can't do either. It's a lock designed by a man who creates machines that kill people. You can keep your money, I'm not touching it.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
Or not. Let's go. What are you covering your face for? Keep the dust out?
Came to see the infamous Jindosh lock, did you? Good luck with that. Impossible.
Ooh,
If you're trying to get into
somebody's passing
Stilton's, give up. Probably nothing left to steal anyway.
weapons. This door was sealed by order of the Duke. He had that Kieran Jindosh build the special lock. If Stilton's not dead inside there, he'll never get out past the Jindosh lock. No one can open it.
Stilton.
I think the storm's passed.
The gangs were at each other's throats even when I was young, but now it's against the Abbey.
Stay on your side or you'll be spitting teeth. Far as I know, you might be an Overseer spy. Unless I hear you've taken down the Vice Overseer himself, stay out of Howler territory. Walk away. That's the smart play.
Happened here? A body? Here?
Oh, hello. At first I thought you were one of Paolo's gang, but you don't look so bad up close. Somehow, being so close to the Howlers has kept me safe so far. They like me because I pay up every month. All they care about is the money. Business used to be real good here, with the silver mines and all. How things change.
ago, the mines were a good job. Stilton made sure of it. No one got fired for being injured.
Yeah, so they say. The mining office handled things like that. And the family committee made sure that the bosses never got too greedy.
Kind of a stalemate. Everything worked as long as one side didn't win out over the other. And that's exactly what happened once Stilton disappeared.
The family committee, looking out for the miners.
If Paolo gets his way, the law will mean even less than it does under the Duke. If you ask me, it'd be good if the Howlers and the boys from the Abbey end up killing each other off.
The Abbey, the Howlers, what's the difference? They're all bastards. I've never been keen on the idea of the Abbey exerting more control. They see us as sheep.
The soup is only for the workers and their families. Something tells me you're not one of them. Between what the Duke did, and now the Howlers and the Overseers fighting over the area, these people haven't been fortunate.
Pastor. Years ago, she lost her husband in a mining disaster. She dedicated her life to helping the miners and their families. The miners looked to her to help them. There was no one else. She's seen the conditions of the mines, seen how families live.
Playing dice tonight,
Children choking on the air in the dust district. They thought she'd go away if they made her wait. But they found out how persistent she can be. The day stays in her memory. The grim set to his jaw as he headed for the mines. Then, the news of the collapse. And then the mad search for the survivors. I know nothing more about this woman.
How about sharing some of the Imperial currency? Thank you, friends. If you're brave and you're looking to make some money, there's a back door to the Crow's Hand Saloon leading to the basement. You look like you're on the road yourself, not one of the high and mighty. It's hard here now. The miners hate the Duke, but they're lucky to have work. Watch out for the Overseers, stranger. And the Howlers. The Grand Guard are a bunch of shitbirds, too. Shitbirds all the way to the top.
Who keeps you safe? When the Overseers come around with their questions about your suppliers, about the special trinkets you carry? You know how the Abbey feels about that. What would they do if they knew you were selling carved-up whalebone? Blasphemy. Who keeps them off your back?
Paolo. I know what he does for me. For all of us.
That's right. He sends us out to risk our lives for you. But somehow, you're not grateful.
I can't afford what you're asking.
Then why do you take our protection?
You don't give me a choice.
It's the Overseers who don't give you a choice. Just think about what they'll do if they find out what you're up to. Then let me know when you can give us the money you owe. Paolo just wants what's fair. If he does that again, whoever you are, I don't care. Don't screw with us.
I don't know you. Out of my face. Not interested.
You take care of business, you hear?
wise ass has been robbing black market shops. Hope we find out who. We could do business. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here. Off buyers. Who's worse, overseer zealots or cutthroat howlers?
What's the rent on time?
Can't be too cautious. Shop's getting knocked off.
Who's gonna say anything?
Paulo and Byrne.
Pissing crackers.
Maybe the bosses are getting too comfortable.
Come on, you bastard! A full day's work. Oh, that's a laugh.
That's
How
what
would
I
she
want.
know what a full day's work looks like?
Find another way, brother. This path is barred to traffic.
I can't believe this. I've lived in this district for most of my life.
If you believe this to be an inconvenience, weigh it against losing your life to one of the Howlers. Now go.
That's the last time I give my coin to the Abbey.
Don't mess with the Abbey. Stay in the neutral territory. Want to help us? Go put that sword in a Howler's skull.
Begging won't change anything. You stand accused of actions forbidden by the teachings of the Abbey of the Everyman. Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer of the Abbey in his duties, death. For the keeping of articles of a heretical and fetishistic nature, for consuming the flesh of rats, death.
I faced worse than you, Abbey boys.
Silence, apostate! Well done. A shepherd must cull his flock.
They have paid for their crimes in this world. They belong to the Void now. Hold the strictures in your heart, brothers and sisters, and you will follow a proper path.
Grown bold by these times. I shall not...
Brother Cardoza in the peninsula. Other crews there resort to these same dirty tricks. Seems like a good way to take a dart to the belly. Well, the Howlers aren't known for their caution. But these aren't too hard to deal with. If you've got a steady hand, and you know what cables to cut, you've got to do it just right.
Wait a second.
If Karnaca restabilizes, the doctors and dentists will start treating people again.
Fire with our virtuous actions.
The Vice Overseer hasn't shared his plans with me. He's upstairs now, so I assume we'll learn something before long.
I'd wager it'll all be over soon. I'm surprised it's taken us this long to deal with a mob of ruffians.
You know what the strictures say about wagering, brother? The Howlers are merciless, and Paolo carries the Outsider's blessing. Some talisman comes straight from the jaws of the Void itself. Keep that in mind, or you'll find yourself bleeding out in some alley.
Forgive me, Brother Nikos.
Like a virulent swarm, devouring everything wherever they go.
wonder how the High Overseer is faring against Delilah back in Dunwall.
Strange. Very strange indeed. I must draw strength from my brothers. Not as one. Are cowards, brother. But we accounted for 6 of them.
Why be tempted by such gilded nothings?
I'm glad it's you in the end. If I have to go, it warms my spirit to spend my last minutes with a true friend.
You honor me. I wish there was another way, but it's a gut wound, as bad as any I've seen. Better this than a day or 2 of agony.
Then I go, and I keep the strictures close to my heart. May there be no discord in my spirit.
Goodbye, Overseer. Fade from this world. Curse those harlot bastards and their black-souled boss.
For even the lowliest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body.
Soon. The sisters of the molecular order have seen it, and I feel it in my bones. So this stalemate with the Howlers must be resolved. If we eliminate Paolo, there's no end to the influence we'll exert over Karnaca, over all of Serkonos.
Dozen overseers have died trying to bring Paolo down. We've struck him fatal injuries, and somehow he comes back the next day to fight again. Whatever witchcraft he has, even the ancient music is ineffective.
I believe Paolo is in possession of some unclean artifact. It's my fear that he has to be killed twice in one day.
And the Duke won't help?
The Duke is no friend of ours. He exiled me from the Grand Palace, and he's done everything possible to push the Abbey of the Everyman out of Serkonos. The look on his face when he dismissed me from court. There's something wrong with people who live in palaces for too long.
Stilton.
I know you're all ready to begin. Our speaker tonight is none other than Aramis Stilton, who owns the mines where those you love toil beneath the ground. Mr. Stilton is known for his fairness, and that reputation is not for show. Welcome to the stage, a friend to the Miners Family Committee, Aramis Stilton.
Good workers, good people, thank you for having me. Our annual dinner is always a special time, and I cherish the conversations and the toasts as we renew our bonds. My closest friend in this world, whose name some of you will no doubt guess, is known for this saying: we rise together with the same dawn. We feel the same wind on our faces. We fish the same ocean. These are words worth remembering, spoken by a man who fills my heart with joy. As you dine tonight, surrounded by your families and the other miners from your teams, let those words echo in your thoughts. And above all, please enjoy yourselves. You've all earned it.
I got for the blade verbena. I left it with my mother. It's been over 30 years. So much has happened since I left.
Wasn't running the mines night and day, our children wouldn't be choking themselves to sleep at night on the dust.
It's easy to blame the Duke, but we both depend on the profits from industry. The mines are the lifeblood of this city.
No, the Duke could have continued operations like his father did, fast enough to sustain the city without burying us all in dust.
How? There are twice as many people living in Karnaca now. If the mine slowed down, half the people in my family would be out of work.
What's the point of being worked into an early grave? Just so you can afford to eat for a while?
So Paolo has a secret. That's useful to know.
I don't know you. Cross the line and you get cut. Paolo says the only way someone gets past me is if they've got burn.
Mindy says he's carrying some old lady's hand. Which, dead a dog's age ago. Maybe before we were born.
Nasty. But it keeps them alive.
This must be Paolo's place. Vera More. I remember that name.
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paolo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes, pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Zirconos inherited a vibrant city and wasted no time stripping it to the bone. What will he leave behind? And what about you? Who will you leave to pick up the pieces here in the Jewel of the South?
How you can help the miners.
It's all connected, Tivoli. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too expensive for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging, the Duke will see that mines producing at half speed are more profitable than mines producing nothing.
For better working conditions and less dust in the streets, we'd be happy to up our payments.
There's a way to satisfy everybody. First, in this district, then across the city. The people who work the mines have more power than they know.
Thank you, Paolo.
All right, I'm stepping away for a moment. Don't drink all the rum while I'm gone.
Something's going on.
Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping tinctures. They can be kind of pricey.
What are you out there thinking, Vice Overseer Byrne.
Yeah, I can still taste that hagfish. Maybe she's right. I could clean my teeth once in a while. Let's see what the friend looks like.
What's going on? Are we on the boat? Look at this guy, out of his mind.
There are blood flies in the soup. You guys see that, right?
Someone's going to be in a lot of pain tomorrow.
Blood flies crawling all over the soup, lapping it up.
You're almost there. Maybe you need just a little bit more.
Is the void? Are you the cursed outsider? I...
I'll be damned. Looky, looky. The Vice Overseer himself.
If you're working with us, good. But I still got my eye on you.
Keep taking out Overseers, and we'll warm up to you just fine.
Good work.
Oh, shit.
Byrne was a
Goodbye,
tough prick.
Vice Overseer. Paula wins then.
Look who's the big hero.
right as after about 3 of them rum things.
Someone said you took out Byrne. If so, take his corpse to Paolo.
Maybe I'll take a day, just walk along the water. What in the world was that noise? What's going on?
Did you hear that? It was coming from here.
Not in the mood. Show yourself.
I knew I was right about you. Mindy ain't no fool. I can smell a winner.
They say hard days make strange friends.
If we had more time, I'd put my tattoo and needles on your ass. Leave you with some wicked ink.
What's one more black mark? But I'm short on time.
Next time, maybe. You helped me with the Overseers. We could use somebody like you.
Hand. Time to pay off your debt to society, Paolo.
For Paolo, I bet.
Goodbye, Vice Overseer. Follow in.
Ambition. That's why I sense in him. The youngest man to reach Vice Overseer in decades. Lee Byrne. He has moved up quickly in the Abbey's hierarchy. He might be High Overseer someday. He barely tolerates this new Duke. They must interact on occasion, but he does not like it. He grew up in the cold mists of Freyport, on the northernmost tip of Morley. He was nothing then. Now, the Overseers look to him for answers and leadership. When he was a boy, an Overseer stepped out of the mist, wolfhound by his side. Voice was deep and strong as he recited the invocations. young Liam Byrne was transfixed. His faith is strong, perhaps overly so. He sees the influence of the outsider everywhere. In the Duke, the street gangs, and even the miners. Something nags at him, beyond the usual worries. He will consult the sisters of the oracular order, and they will set his feet on the right path. His father taught him to read, using letters carved into handcrafted wooden blocks. He seeks to weed out the witches and heretics, those who will succumb to the lure of the void, and who bring chaos where they tread. And as a boy, turned in by his mother for his restless hands, he extracted a confession as he would from anyone else. It would have jeopardized his ascent to vice overseer to do otherwise. His mother encouraged his musical talent, but his interests lay in the comfort of the strictures and the rigors of the Abbey. He has seen a troubling increase in superstitious beliefs and the use of charms and spells. He waits for guidance from the oracular order. Once a week, he meets an old friend of his mother's for dinner at a cafe at the edge of town. He listens to her stories again and again with great patience. When his years in Karnaca come to an end, he hopes to move to the capital. In Dunwall, he will have the ear of the High Overseer himself. Before they took him away for the trials of aptitude, the overseers in Freyport watched him for months, debating his promise. If he has any other secrets, they are hidden from me.
I hope 5 years away gives you time to think, while the city rebuilds itself without your little war. Time is an odd thing. I left Karnaca decades ago, excited about all the Dunwall might hold. I remember falling in love with Jessamine, watching her crowned as Empress, Emily's birth, the rat plague, then Jessamine's death and another coronation. Now all this, back in the city where I was born. Stilton's home hides a mystery, but I'll tear it apart brick by brick to learn the secret of Delilah's immortality, as long as it ends with her in chains. She might have pulled herself up from nothing, but I ran out of sympathy for tyrants and witches a long time ago. All I want is to put an end to Delilah's reign and make sure Emily is safe. One more time. Definitely odd. Something just shifted. Stilton's sealed off from the rest of the district. This place is cursed, cracked. I can feel the void seeping in.
insufferable elitist.
Is that Stilton? The Duke is paying the Howlers to drop food for Stilton.
They drop food for me, in and out, like the wind. I think they're afraid. We'll be getting started soon. The Duke's beloved is coming back. I dreamed the Duke and I were hunting, but the deer had faces. There are whales down in the mines. I hear them howling to one another. Swollen beasts. How did I get so old? Where are the men of my younger days? The dances we had here. Time is leaking, coming out of the walls. It's ruining the carpets. Go to Dunwall and tell the Empress that the Duke is in the garden digging up corpses, and he has learned how to sing. She'll know what you mean. That thing of bones that Ashworth made. It's on the ceiling. I hear it at night. Bones from the deep, far beneath the waves. I think I heard something under my shirt. What's that? Oh, nothing. What time is it? Is it the time I think it is? Someday I'll play the piano for you, Theodanis. That sound is funny. It's so bright in here when I close my eyes. Did I say something?
Stilton's manor is falling apart. Snap out of it, man.
Warm the quilts, will you? I feel...
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Aramis Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, and it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the Void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick. Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Like it's going to be cold tonight. there bad news from the mines? I can sense it. How many dead? This can't be right. Who has been fooling with the clocks? I'll have their pay docked! The days are burning. Can't you smell it? Right up in smoke! I remember that night, sitting out waiting. I knew it was wrong. I don't want you meddling with my things. My house is fine, you see? Theo? Where are you, my friend? I must speak to you. Let's have tea in the kitchen. I've got to clean up. They'll all see I don't belong among the upper crust. The fine people. I can't stand the way they look at me. Ashworth, Jindosh, and little Luke are grown up. They will never accept me. Not really. She clawed her way back! Ashworth helped open the way! Quiet! The one in the void hears everything. Put that thing away, will you? Grotesque. Yes, yes, I can see it. The others can't, can they?
He is trapped inside himself. Some terrible ceremony echoes through his thoughts. There was a whisper and a groan, strange as the wails in the deep. He hears it still. He would block out his own eyes if it would help him forget what he saw. Before this, he was so worried the old money people would laugh at him. They did. He was singing. Wait, not singing. Some vibration coming from the center of this place. Stilton looked deeply into the void. He cannot unsee what he has seen. He was a doubter. He was afraid. That's why his mind was ruined on that night. The night this terrible thing happened to him. He wanted to meet with Megan, to confide in her. His eyes see the teetering past, and the ruined present, and the moments in between. Had he not been with the Duke on that night, his life would have been very different. Once, Aaron Stilton knew his name. He worked to improve conditions at the mines. And now this, something about the Duke and a lake at night. But he recalls the father, not the son. I am tired. How long, my dears? How long must I endure in this shadow state?
By the void.
The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Windelbaum.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
I can still hear the tick-tock of the metronome I used when teaching Emily to fence. I remember Jessamine learning to play and trying to get Emily to practice. The only way out of here is through the present, using this timepiece. Stilton had taste before lunacy took his mind.
I gotta get a spare uniform.
I don't know what hurts more, my feet or my neck.
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Did I close my locker before coming out? Ugh. Last time I left it open, someone left a hagfish in my jacket pocket.
There's something else you should know. The center of the manor is off limits tonight. Everything around the study.
What's so special about the center of the manor?
Nothing, usually. But the Duke and his party are here tonight, and they don't want to be disturbed. So that entire part of the house is under lockdown by the Grand Guard.
I'm not sure how to take your tone. I assure you, I rub shoulders with some of Karnaka's best people.
Trust me, you don't want to get tangled up with the Duke and his inner circle. I'm not sure how Mr. Stilton tolerates them, to be honest.
Tossed off at the last minute because he's got more important guests? That's not like Stilton. At least it's the likes of Jindosh and Ashworth, and dare I say it, the Duke himself. I might have gotten shuffled aside, but I'll have a story to tell. You'd never know such an elegant manor could be buried at the heart of an industrial district.
Stilton wasn't born to all this. Allegedly, he started as a miner. Megan claims Stilton was a good man, at odds with the Duke.
Tonight, Duke Bell and the others will drink my expensive whiskey and scheme. Jindosh will watch me like a cat with a half-chewed mouse. Ashworth will sneer about how conventional the rest of us are. Missing the obvious, she'll flirt for a while, then put me in my place. I'll sit on my anger, remembering what Theodanis meant to me. I'll tell myself I worked for this honor. I swung a pick in the mines, and now the fine folk are guests in my house. If they want to hold a seance, who am I to say it's nonsense? Whatever happens, I'll regret it. But afterward, Megan's coming by. Talking with her always sets me right.
I can't do anything for you.
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
Can Simon Stilton actually play the harp or the piano?
Not that I ever heard.
What am I doing here then? Why hire a tuner for instruments no one ever plays?
If you ask me, Stilton thinks a harp or a piano is the kind of thing a man in his position should own.
I'm not sure what that means. I've always thought people bought an instrument because they liked music.
Not always. Sometimes it's about appearances. Once they say something's amiss, then I just can't get comfortable.
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
I pay good money to make sure
Whatever you need, I can't help you.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda. Put in a request for new boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock. I might be able to get around that, going back into the past. I wonder what I was doing in Dunwall on this night, or what I am doing. Maybe it's open in the present.
awful. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely. Can I read? Of course I can read. What's he think?
Don't throw it. Drop it gently. It's silver. It's not going to break.
I'm not worried about it breaking. You know why the basement's sealed off, right? Blood flies.
Yeah. They should keep the curious away, and we'll come back later to pick up the loot. It's a good, simple plan. So why are you nervous?
Dumbass, if you disturb that nest, they'll find our bloated corpses down here a week from now, full of blood fly maggots.
Are they that bad? We don't have anything like that in Morley.
Trust me, they're that bad. And this year is the worst I've ever seen.
Tricky. Maybe there's a way around 3 years from now.
Just staring at nothing.
I don't think the Duke and Stilton are on good terms.
Today feels different. Stilton seems spooked.
Watch yourself up there. Nobody's repaired the balcony yet. If those supports break, I might not be able to catch your heavy ass.
I'm counting on you, ma'am. It might be romantic.
All right.
supposed to do with a request like that? Gooseberry wine in the South?
From better families. I should think that's just obvious.
Whatever happened seems to be centered at some focal point. I need the combination to Stilton's study.
Like reinforced glass. Was there a break-in?
Nothing of the sort. We're just renovating for Mr. Stilton.
His windows went out of style? These rich choppers drive me nuts.
Stilton just worries about his home and about how he speaks and dresses. Always afraid of making some mistake, socially speaking.
That's no way to live. Not even comfortable in your own skin. I'll let you get back to it. I've got to get back to Dunwall. I feel so bad. I haven't seen the kids in 2 years.
At least I'm
chest. Bet it's full of fancy clothes and exotic jewelry. I'd love to see the silvergraphs they take here.
Ah, clothes smell like old people. Probably from a charity shop.
Wish I knew how the silvergraph machine works. We could take a picture together.
I want to take Clarissa and the kids to that silvergraph studio not too far from here and have our portrait made. But it's expensive.
There's a brooch or something, maybe made of bone? Ugh, seems weird. I'm not touching that. And, more old clothes.
Be sure to check all the pockets.
Aramis Stilton?
Mr. Stilton must be a big reader. I saw the books in the study.
Stilton? Hardly. Those are for show.
Why would you buy so many books if you're not even gonna read them?
They're not books. They're symbols of wealth and good breeding. Now, get back to doing your job.
Yes, ma'am.
Wildlife is so rich here in Karnaca.
Saw doesn't work. I got a glimpse of Stilton's notebook last month, but he must have changed the combination since then. Damn. What are they doing? Come on, someone could show up any minute.
Stop crying. For once, something interesting is happening. If a bunch of drunk aristocrats are having an orgy, I don't want to miss it.
I bet it's a seance, with spirit boards and candles. Stilton invited that eccentric lady from the Royal Conservatory, Brianna Ashworth. Shit, I heard something. Move. An entire shipment of whale...
How long you worked this assignment?
Since the month of Hearst last year. Stilton's all right.
Sheila told me he used to be a miner.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. He's done really well for himself. Look around.
Well, anyone who has the Duke over for a dinner party or whatever this is, I'd say he's doing well. Someday this will be me.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then. Aramis Stilton, before things went wrong. Part of Stilton's combination is missing.
And agreed that notification cannot come quickly enough. Unfortunately, we are still on duty.
When the Duke trusts me, I can finally rest easy. After tonight, it will all go well.
Oh, the look on his face. Well, who was he expecting, the Empress? What a fool.
Pressured me into it. I never would have agreed to this ritual, or whatever it is. Sometimes I wonder, is Luca Bell truly his father's son?
Oh my. Is that my breath I'm smelling?
I should never have agreed to host this event. What was I thinking? Tonight, I'll see Megan, and we'll laugh about all of this. She'll laugh that I was worried over nothing. Sometimes I think I'd rather be down below working the rock. This huge place, what has it gotten me? Theo's gone like he never even existed.
Wait till he puts on those
All I've
boots.
got left
Sees
are
the
memories
surprise
and a
on that
few
friend.
statues scattered across the city.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
She wouldn't know a promotion if it hit her in the head. In fact, maybe
What
that's
effect is knocking Stilton unconscious going to have on the present? That notebook contains Stilton's combination.
Full of fine clothing. But even if he wore the finest suit in all the Isles, they would still turn their noses up at him. He stopped trying. And Stilton, like the ore he mines, there is something of value underneath that gruff exterior. He has drawn up designs that should prevent collapses in the older tunnels. He hopes to implement them soon. He laments hosting their silly seance at his home. He indulges the young Duke because he loved his father. He's worried about something Duke Luca Abel has done. The son is nothing like his father. At the gala, they joked loud enough that he could hear. Something about his shoes being the finest Culcan he has to offer. But he carried on. It was nothing he hadn't heard before. Aaron Stilton, born in Squalor, on the Isle of Morley. Now, he runs most of the mines at Karnaca. Stilton devised a mask to help the miners take in less dust as they work. He wants silver, not sick workers. There was a time when he tried to impress them, to hide his humble beginnings. But he no longer cares. There is a great sadness in him. He misses his friend and confidant, the old Duke, Theodanis. He never trusted Luca Abel. He seeks only to tolerate him. He hopes the young Duke will grow into his responsibilities. The aristocrats barely tolerate him, but he is not without friends. There was the old Duke, and Megan Foster. He sees the beauty in the mines. Rich veins of ore cutting through quartz. Great caverns lit by phosphorescent life within the stone.
Everything is mixed up here. What happened? Things seem to be the worst here. The two times are overlapping somehow.
It's time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful Empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions. Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait! You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
The void beyond the world is strange. I won't ever understand all I've seen.
By the stars.
For you. You'd better run. You have to understand. I'm going to call for help.
time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home. I want to beat out the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years in the silver mines. But go ahead, he won't be back until very late tonight. He's throwing a party for one of the miners who's retiring.
They broke the mold when they made old Aramis Stilton.
Yeah, so true. It's really the man's heart that's made of silver.
I'm long overdue for a day to myself, to do whatever I want.
Stilton's house is as it should be. He'll never know.
An early grader.
Something at the pub and feel a little like